Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's Ohio house was broken into as he played in a football game in Texas. On December 9, 2024, deputies with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to Joe's Anderson Township home after the mother of a woman who works for the athlete called 911. When 22-year-old Olivia Ponton arrived at the residence, she observed a shattered first-level bedroom window and the room ransacked. She then called her mother, who alerted the authorities. Joe's employee gave a non-detailed itemization of missing items, while on-scene deputies made contact with neighboring residents to collect surveillance footage of possible suspects. The break-in comes amid a string of robberies, seemingly targeting professional athletes, and 2 months after the Kansas City area homes of Chiefs stars Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes were burglarized within 48 hours of each other. Patrick's 8-acre Belton, Missouri estate was broken into around midnight on October 6th. Police with the Cass County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to the home at 12:08 a.m. on a burglary and breaking and entering call. There were no signs of forced entry to the home. Less than 48 hours later, at 7:33 p.m., on October the 7th, as the Chiefs were playing the New Orleans Saints, a break-in occurred at Travis's home. Leawood police were not called to the house until 1:36 a.m. the following morning, where they reported that $20,000 was taken and a rear door was broken. In September, Minnesota Timberwolves star Mike Conley's Medina, Minnesota home was burglarized. Meanwhile, in November, Milwaukee Bucks star Bobby Portis Jr. revealed that most of his prized possessions were stolen in a home invasion, and he offered a $40,000 cash reward for any information or tips that would lead to the return of his items. The NFL warned players about the worrisome crime spree. Joe Burrow had the following to say after the break-in: "I feel like my privacy has been violated in more ways than one, and way more is out there than I would want out there and that I care to share. We live a public life, and one of my least favorite parts of that is the lack of privacy. And that has been difficult to deal with my entire career. I am still learning, but I understand it is the life that we choose. It does not make it any easier to deal with." In January 2025, 4 men were arrested: 22-year-old Jordan Francisco Quiroga Sanchez, 23-year-old Bastian Alejandro Orellana Morales, and 38-year-old Sergio Andres Ortega Cabello and Alexander Huaycal Chavez. A trail camera caught a person carrying luggage near the home, and nearby license plate readers led the authorities to identifying a 2024 Volkswagen Atlas SUV. The vehicle was later found abandoned in Florida. The investigators learned that Cabello had leased the SUV with a fake ID. Using cell phone data, the investigators were then led to a motel in Fairborn, Ohio. The 3 suspects were pulled over by Ohio State Highway Patrol after the vehicle they were in crossed lanes illegally. Cabello tried to delete some of the photos, including one showing the rear of Joe's home, as they were being pulled over. The investigators were able to recover images that show some of the items stolen from the house. A selfie taken by the suspects shows them wearing some of the stolen items. More than $300,000 in luggage, jewelry, watches, and glasses were stolen from Joe's home. All of them were in the country without authorization, having either entered the county illegally or overstayed their visas. Alabama country singer, 38-year-old Austin Tanner, violated his bond to attend the Country Music Association Awards. Austin released his debut single, All We Need, in March 2024, and describes himself on his website as being on the cusp of country music fame. He had been indicted early 2024 on charges of insurance fraud, theft of property, and attempted theft. He was released on a $20,000 bond and had been scheduled to appear in a deposition hearing the morning of November 21st, though the hearing was abruptly rescheduled. Austin's attorney, Frederick Helmsing, said that the hearing was rescheduled due to the complexity of the case, issues over matters of law, and ongoing investigations. His bond required him to remain within Alabama unless he was granted court approval. On November 20th, the CMA Awards was held in Nashville, Tennessee. Austin and his wife Skyla attended the awards ceremony without court approval. He posted the evidence on social media the following day on November 21st. He shared photos to social media of him and his wife posing on the red carpet across the street from Bridgestone Arena the night before. He captioned his post, "First CMA Awards. Last night was nothing short of magical as we walked the red carpet at the CMA Awards. This moment marked a dream come true." Austin was not invited to the awards show itself. On November 25th, the Mobile County District Attorney's Office filed a motion asking a judge to revoke Austin's bond. The authorities then issued an arrest warrant on November 26th, as he did not ask for permission to leave Alabama. Assistant District Attorney Clay Rossi included screenshots of Austin's CMA's social media posts in his motion and argued that the singer was well aware of the conditions of his bond. He had previously asked and was given permission to travel to Florida on business in June. District Attorney Rossi wrote, "Given that the defendant was well versed in the travel conditions of his bond and given his public disregard for those restrictions, the state seeks to revoke his bond. After boasting about his starry trip, he may soon find himself behind bars." On December 13th, he shared that when he got permission to leave the state in June for work, he assumed that he will be able to leave it for the CMA Awards. He is wearing an ankle monitor,